Hi everybody, it's Jen and I am here with my Ciao Bella Wizard Academy mini album. It is a 6x8 by 3 inch by mini album, and today we are working on some more pages. So head on over to ASC Supplies on Etsy or asccraftsupplies.com. Use Scrapping Posh 10 for 10% off your normal purchase. So we'll just flip through really fast. This is what we have so far. We're saving the front and the back so that we don't get them dirty. We have a pocket, a little double tag on this one, some tabbed dividers. I think I tabbed this one twice and I didn't tab this one at all. I have to add a tab to that one. We got a double pocket here and then a belly band, and we are going to start on this page. So on this page I thought we would do a couple flaps. So this page just happens to measure about 4 1/4 inches, and I made my flaps. They're gonna go one in, one out. Move you down here a little bit. Still not used to my setup. These flaps measure, of course the pages are 7.5 high if you've been following. They're still the same height. So my flaps here are measuring 4.5 by 4.5. And I scored it on the 4.5 inch side. So I'm going to do one at the bottom, but not all the way to the bottom. I'm going to leave a little bit here on the outside. Just line it up with that outside page. I'm going to do one lined up with the inside page, but do not overlap your seams. And again, this is 4.5 by 4.5. Just tuck him under or over, it doesn't matter. And we did it 4.5 because the pages are 4 1/4, and we wanted to be able to go not quite to the end. We want to see a little bit here and a little bit there, and it'll allow it to open freely. And then I thought we would put little pockets on these, and I think I'll do a pocket on the outside of this one and a pocket on the inside of this one. So this one measures 2 inches by 5 1/4, and I scored both sides at a 1/2 inch. And I will tell you on my mini albums, usually when I start, I'm using a bone folder to crease my lines and everything, and then I just give up, but it's still okay. And then on the bottom of this one, we are going to put a bead of glue because we want that pocket sealed. Okay, we're not going to seal it yet. And this one's going to go on the outside. Line that up here. Okay, and then the other one is going to go on the inside here. So the same, we're going to crease. And I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put the next several pages together. We'll get halfway through today, by the way. And then we will decorate. That way, if you don't want to stick around to see how I put the pages on, again, watch the seam. Don't go over that seam or it won't close, even if it sticks out a little further on this side. So, like I said, it's sticking out a little further. I can fix that or I can just leave it, and I'm going to leave it. So we're going to rub that adhesive off. Yeah, that way if you don't want to stick around and watch me decorate everything, you don't have to. You can decorate all on your own. You just want to see the pages put together. You can do that. Okay, so there is a page. Very nice. This page is going to be fairly simple. Of course, you got to have some simple ones in there, right? It's going to be a flap down with a belly band on it. So here's my flap, and this page, I'll measure it, if you put it together the way I did, is 4 3/4 by 7.5. I cut this at 6 by 3 3/4, and we scored it on the 6-inch side. And here is just going to be a flap on the top. I'm going to have to flip it upside down. Okay. Line it up with the top. There we go. And then he is not wanting to stay closed. That's okay. Once we put the paper on, it'll stay closed. This one is 1.5 inches by, should be 4 3/4 scored. Or, yeah, it should be 4 3/4 because this is 3 3/4. Scored at a 1/2 inch on both sides. And there we go. That's better. I cut it 1 inch too long. Okay, and since this is belly band, we just do the inside, or the little flaps. There we go. Move it on down. And there's that page. This one's fairly simple. We may put something like an image here, or even make another flap once we start decorating. We shall see. This page is going to be one of my favorite pages. So they have that really nice layout of diagonally, and I want to feature that. So what I did is I cut out, I cut another flap because this wasn't long enough. This flap is, or this page is 5.5 inches long. And then I cut a page out that is another 5.5 inches long, or 6, this is 6, and then I scored at a 1/2 inch. So, and the reason why I'm doing it this way is so that that image can just be one big image. And I really like doing that. I did it on several of the albums when they have those real nice images. Okay, so this one is going to go here. This is actually it's about 3/16 bigger than 5.5 when everything was said and done. You gotta cut this one a little smaller. So this one's a little bit bigger than 5.5. This is 5.5, and it should be 7.5. Let me double check that. We do not want it sticking up. 7.5. Okay. Now, the idea behind it is we can use the entire image here. So he is a little bigger. I need to cut about 1/4 inch off of that, but it gets most of it. Actually, I think I may have, yeah, I just did. Okay, well this one was supposed to be this. That's why. Okay, so this is my 5.5 inch page. This was my other page, and I just cut a piece off of it. Oops. Okay, so, but we're just going to split the difference. We'll move him over a little bit and him over a little bit this way. And then I have this little straggler strip that I am not going to forget. We're going to put it there. And we're going to go ahead and put these on since this is the page. I know I said we're going to decorate more later, but I just don't want to cover this up. And if you're going to use this as a book journal, you can leave it the way it is. If you're going to use it as a photo album, or mini album, you can put like little pictures up in the corner, or even smaller pictures over the windows, or what have you. Okay. I really like distressing these vintagey looking papers. I got quite a collection of scraps going on already, you guys, so can't wait to break into that. I have a really cool idea. Also, I'm going to be making some scrapbook pages. They're called, it's called a planner, but it's a scrapbook. It's essentially a scrapbook. Okay, so this one I said I was going to get pretty close to the edge here, so I could kind of split the difference of what I cut off on accident. I measured everything. I pre-measured this stuff. I should have known that something was wrong. Okay, here we go. This is just like a portrait page. It's so nice. I love displaying these. This artwork. And I just could not leave this off. So we have a plan for the rest of this page too. I'm just going to line it up here. And it's upside down. Do not do that. It will not make any sense whatsoever. There we go. Okay, so look at that. You got this entire beautiful image of diagonally. One of my favorite images from the paper. Now, for this little bit here, what I decided to do, and you don't have to do it exactly the same length, mine's got a little gap here. I just decided to do a full-size flap, but make it over a little bit so I could do that. So what is left on this page is actually about 3 3/4. I cut this guy at 4, so score at a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to have that little 1/4 inch poking through. There we go. So what else would you guys like to see? I do have some plans. I'm just going to butt this all the way up against this piece of pattern paper here. I think I'm going to make some cards for you guys. That'll be fun. I also have these little panels here that I made. And I cut these at I have a love-hate relationship with this ruler. 4 1/2 by 3 almost 3/4. So you score a 1/2 inch on the 3 3/4 inch side. You end up with a 3 1/4 inch little flap, because it wasn't complicated enough the way it was. And we're going to make these go in. So we got a flap over that to kind of hold those down, and then these go in. Do it again. And I think, let's do, I could do this one over here. That would be kind of neat. Let's do that. Line it up with the seam here. And don't get too close. We need a little bit of room so it closes. There we go. I think that's neat. Okay, close that. We're going to leave that plain. We'll find another cool image to put on it. And we're going to go on to this page. Remember, we're going to go back and decorate all the plain pages. So this one has dog hair on it. This one we're going to do a large flap down and then do a pocket. So let's see, I think I may have to cut this page measures 5 3/4 by 7 1/2, and I want this is not long enough. I want a small pocket down here. The reason why is because one of the reasons why it keeps the flap closed. So I said 5 3/4. I'll double check that. It doesn't matter how I pick up this ruler, it's always the wrong way. If you haven't noticed yet. Okay, so I'm going to cut this at 6 3/4. And I want a fairly small flat pocket because I want a big flap. So this one's 6 3/4 by 1 1/4 ish, and score on the 6 3/4 side at a 1/2 inch each. Back to what I was saying. I was going to make some cards. Definitely got to make some cards with this collection. Depending on how much of this paper we use, I may make another album. But I do like using the entire collection, so we're going to try not to put anything back up on the shelf. I'm moving my scrap room again. Just so it's easily accessible to me. I wasn't very happy with the way it was before. This one I cut at 7 by 5 1/4 and scored it on the 7 inch side. And before I glue it down, I'm going to check to make sure that there's room. See, there's not enough room here, so I got to cut about 3/4 of an inch off. I want it to go above the pocket. So, cutting 3/4 of an inch off. So, it's 6 1/2 now after it's folded 7. Okay, it was 7 inches with the score. So we'll cut it to 6 1/4. And that cuts off that 3/4 of an inch. And that's better. We're going to get tags and stuff in all these pockets. I may even put some, sorry, even though we have lots of pattern paper, I may just put some coffee dyed paper in there to break it up. Now when you do these flaps from the top, you want to make sure that it's not too close to the edge here, because your book will have issues closing, but not so bad on this one because we're going to have a pocket. And then I wanted another big pocket here. So this one was what, 5 3/4 I said? 5 1/4. So this is cut to 6 1/4, scored 6 1/4 by 4, scored at the 6 1/4 inch mark. There we go. And it is a pocket, so we're going to do the sides. And the bottom. I don't want to put too much in this pocket because whatever's in this pocket is holding it down. We don't want to beef her up too much. Okay. There we go. So we got a flap with a big pocket there. Okay, so we're going to leave this one plain because we want a plain page every once in a while. We are beefing it up, so there's plenty of space. And then this one, I'm just going to do another double flap. So this page here is about 5 1/4. I cut this one to 5, scored on the 5-inch sides, 7 1/2. And this one, or no, this is, I did 5 by 7, yeah, 1/2. And this one is 5 1/2 by 7 1/2. And I think we'll do one opening this way and one opening that way. We'll do that. And then when we're decorating, we may put more bands and, you know, flaps and tuck spots and all that stuff in these. It just depends. So this one is going to go on the outside, the smaller one is going to go on the outside in. Yeah, so you guys tell me what you would like to see from me. That would be awesome if you could take the time to do that. Gives me a good idea of what you want. This one's going to go on the inside. Don't get too close to that line. Okay. Glue in there. It'll get covered up, but still. Lots of spaces. This one is, we're getting to the middle. That's why. We're getting to the middle. And then we got a whole another set of pages to do. The middle has a little bigger spine on it, so we're going to do some waterfall things there. So this one's about 5 3/4 by 7 1/2. And I'm going to do a 1 up, 1 down with a belly band. So the up one I cut to 4 1/2 by 5 3/4, and I scored it on the 5 3/4 side. And this one I cut to 5 by 6 and scored it at the 6-inch side. I'm going to put the bigger one, the wider one on top. I have to flip it around so I can line it up. I am not that good. And this one, the skinnier one, is going to go on the bottom. Oh, you're supposed to line it up. I didn't line it up. But it'll be okay. It's not. You can see it's almost lined up over here, but not over there. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not going to take it off. I don't have my UnDu in this room yet, so there's a lot of things I can't find. I'm still searching for. And I don't have any, I only have one shelf up here, so there's not a lot up here yet. So this band is for the wider one, and of course it's going to go like this. This band measures 3 inches by 6, scored at a 1/2 inch on both 6-inch sides. So And you guys can do any, like, any of these pages on anything. Just if you're going to do a gusset, make the gusset a 1/2 inch bigger than the actual page. Just follow the rules of the mini albums. You know, don't cover up your hinges or your pages because then they won't close. And you guys can make any combination of pages you want. And we can add, like I said, we can add flaps, we can add everything. So this is the middle page. The middle page is one of my favorites. We're going to do a vertical waterfall on this side and then somewhat of a horizontal waterfall on this side. So for my vertical waterfall, we did 4.5 by 4.5. 4.5 by 4.5, and we scored at a 1/2 inch on one of the 4.5 inch sides. And I honestly have no idea how many of these I need. I think I made 5. I made 5. I may have to make more. We're just going to put them in there until it looks right. No, wait, is that 5? I think that's 5. If we need to make more, we make more. But what I am going to do is before I put these on, I'm going to mat this page because it's, you're going to glue something on top of it, so that's what you want to do. 5.5 by 7.5. Let's find some paper. Make some decisions. Since I have no idea what color this page is going to be, and most of this is going to be covered up, I don't want something too cool. How about something kind of plain? Not this one. So 5.5 by 7.5. And you cut it. And remember your mats, not your mats, but your pages. When you're putting your pages on, you cut them at an 1/8 inch smaller. Sorry. And I obviously measured that wrong. I'm getting my other ruler. So this page was actually 5 3/4 by 7.5. I got my other ruler out. Maybe that ruler just don't get along. Just don't. Ink the edges because we are all about labors of love. Now we're ready to put the waterfall on. So I start my waterfalls from the bottom because it's just easier for me. And if you want to do like a magnetic closure or something on it, you can. I found that it really doesn't make that big of a difference. I'm going to center it up, make sure it's straight, because anything that you get not straight now is going to be really not straight by the time you get to the top. Just saying. And this is my surefire way to keep my waterfalls straight. You, instead of just lining them up on the top like this, what you want to do, you actually also line them up on the sides. So you kind of tuck it down in and line up here on the sides. Glue. Okay. Do it again. I think we'll have enough for all 5 of these. Enough room. And I've been using ATG for my mini albums for like ever. I've never had a problem with things falling off. The important things that you want to get the glue and the score tape on is the spine and the cover, of course. Line it up. This one is a little tiny bit off, but that's why. I'm just going to scoot them over a little bit. I can do that. Good enough. I got another one. I could probably put another one on there, but instead of doing that, we'll just leave it like this and maybe put like a little something above it or something when we get to decorating. Like we could put, I cut some more stuff out. And then I have 2 more pages of stuff to cut out. Just don't know how many cutouts I'm gonna need. I'll have to find a small one. A lot of them are like this size, which, you know, we got lots of pockets and places to stash them, so that's okay. This one, I'm not going to mat first. This is the horizontal one, and we're just going to piece it together. So I'm going to start going this way, and I cut these all the same. 4.5. They're 7 by 7, I think. It makes me want to think, do I want to mat it first? Should I mat it first? Maybe I should mat it first. I changed my mind. So this again is 5 3/4. The middle page is the page that's the same length. And I don't have that same paper. So let's use a different color. Let's use this side, 5 3/4. So you cut it an 1/8 of an inch shorter than that. 7.5, 1/8 of an inch shorter than that. I'll use the cool part. Oh well. And we have plenty of paper. I am not worried about it. Then we get to go through at the end and put more stuff in it, because we're going to have all these cut aparts. I say there's no reason to use the cool side out because we're covering it up. Although that is a pretty cool side. Yeah, we're going to glue on this side. We don't want to confuse things. And is that an up or down? It's supposed to go like this. Okay, now, you guys are not going to believe what color I picked for this room. Ow. You're not going to believe it. Do you want to see me put my room together? Should I film some of that? I don't know if I should. This is I don't know if I already got 4.5 by 7.5. Right? 4.5 by 7.25. So I just left a little bit on both sides. Now this one, we have to start from this side because I have another tag that's going to open. That's going to kind of hold everything down. If you guys want to see me like do magnets or something in the next one, let me know. We're going to do basically the same thing. We're just going vertically. Line it up here. Just push it up against it, and it should line up on the outside, unless you folded something wrong, just saying. We are halfway done, folks. Well, after we get done decorating, we shall be halfway done. This one. I don't know how many of these I made either. I want to make sure it doesn't go all the way to the end. We have like just this much room. So we did 4 of these. If I hadn't put that paper on the bottom, and I guess I could have used coffee dyed paper too, but if I hadn't put that paper on the bottom, it would have had this really awkward, like, little bit. Okay, and then this one, this is going to open from this side, keep it all tidy. It is 5.5 by 7. Is it 7? Yes, 7. And I scored it on the 5.5 inch side. I've gone through more than half of a 12 by 12 black cardstock pack, by the way, if you were counting cardstock. Just want to make sure that it lines up. We're going to line it up with the outside edge and make sure that's nice and tidy there. Okay, those are the pages. We have designed all the pages as far as putting stuff together. Now I'm going to go back to this page and we're going to find paper for it. And decide, you know, we're going to make tags and stuff like that. So if you just wanted the design, that's it. That's now we're done with half of the album. And head on over to ASC Supplies on Etsy or ASCCraftSupplies.com. Use Scrapping Posh 10 for 10% off your normal price purchase. This is the Ciao Bella Wizard Academy collection, so be sure and grab it. And yeah, but if you want to just hang out with me and decorate some pages, that's what we're going to do now. So stay tuned. So I pulled out some of the greens again and herbologies. So we're going to go to these 2 pages. And we'll start with the tall ones. We have, it kind of has a direction to it. Okay, so this one is perfect height. I'm going to figure out how. Ooh, okay, maybe this one's perfect. No, he's too skinny. Okay. Move them over here. Okay, we have, this one is 4 1/4. It may be a little bit less, but I'm going to cut it like it's 4 1/4 and then trim off if I need to. So I just said a little less than 4 1/4 because of the flaps. Okay, that looks good. And get him as close as you can without going over. Okay, there we go. And originally I had this paper out, but I didn't want to use that paper because it does have a direction. Like there's like bricks and stuff on it. So these are actually pretty daggone close to these flaps. So I'll do the inside of this one. Flap is 4 by 4.5. So a little under 4. A little under 4.5. And this is for the non-pocket side. Here. And then this is going to be the same. Four. A little under 4.5. And while I was messing around, I screwed up my tape. I'm not going to give up on this tape yet. He's still working. Okay. Dry fit. Looks good. The bricks go on the top. Okay, now we have these little pieces here. I can go ahead and use that. Yeah, we can do that. So again, 4. And then these are both 2. I'll cut a little under 2. Just leaving some scraps. And then I think what I'll do is use coffee dyed paper for the back of those pockets because we're going to put stuff in them. So it'll take away from the busyness. Now you want to cut, when we cut that coffee dyed paper or whatever you want, I have some parchment paper too, I think still. You want to cut it by the 4 inches, but then you want to cut it a little big so that it tucks down underneath the pocket. So we're going to cut it a little under 4 by 3. Like, the other thing we could do is like this ledger paper because it's pretty plain, but I think I have my mind set here on coffee dyed paper. A little under 4 by 3. I get to go to all-you-can-eat sushi tonight, which is exciting. I gotta check the weather though. I heard it's supposed to get kind of gross, but typically doesn't stop us from doing sushi. It's not too far away. Okay, so coffee dyed paper, we're gonna tuck it. It's a little harder to work with because it's not cardstock. This is just copy paper that I coffee dyed. He does not want to get down in there. Okay, there we go. It's not so bad. And tuck. Right, and then lots of cut aparts here we can do for tucking in these little pockets, and then when we have like scraps left over at the end, we'll make some more tags and stuff. But like this guy, he is a good size tag and he is the right color. So distress front and back. Stick him in there. Maybe we'll stick him in here this way. This one's a nice one. He's got the same back, so stick him in there. And then if I had some small, this is neat, like to put like a little title there. We can also use it on the top of that one page, like the belly band page. This one. Put him in there. And then I need to get a tray for all my tags and stuff. Let's make, instead of putting 2 in that pocket, let's put he kind of blends in though. We'll come back to that one. I may put one over here. Okay, so this page measures 4 3/4 by 7 1/2. I already know the 7 1/2 is the measure. We happen to have something cut at a little less than 4 3/4, so that is what we're going to use. No cutting necessary. I like it. Here's the back of the potions paper. Line it up at the bottom. Okay, there's that one. And then this one we're going to do is 3 3/4 by 5 1/2, and we need 2 of them. So how about this? We'll use this one on one side and this one on the other side. I'm thinking that one, and then this one for this side. Do the inside because it doesn't have a belly band on it. Then when you have your belly band, you just slide it right underneath the belly band. Oops. Okay, and I just need another 3 3/4 strip. I don't think any of my strips here are wide enough. Oh wait, what is this one? But he is not the right way. Is he the right way? Nope, he's not wide enough. Wait, is this 1 1/2? Yes. So I need 3 3/4 by 1 1/2. We can just use this again. There we go. It was already cut to 3 3/4. Or a little less than 3 3/4. Okay. And then I think I'm going to put this here, right on top of that. I'll use glue for that one. And then, this one has a front and back to it, but I think what I'm going to do is make a little booklet. One, because the booklets stay better in the belly band, and two, the cut on the back of this is kind of eh. So I'm going to get a piece of the black cardstock, a longer piece. He's gonna do it. I'll show you how I do this. And take your postcard in this case. And line it up on the bottom or top on the right hand side. Then we're going to cut across the top here. And And then I'm going to score right here. So there's the score. Fold it over. Here's the bone folder. Missed. And then there's just a tiny bit there. I'm going to cut it off. It's like 1/8 of an inch. Alright. I'm going to put him right in there. Nice. Okay, there's one page. Now we have lots of pages to go, guys. It's taking a bit longer than expected. So we did the green page. This one, of course, has the diagonally on it. So, let's see if we can find maybe some more text. Something that's not going to compete a whole lot with that. Maybe, let's see here. I have this text. And it has the map on the back. We have this very plain paper from the one we put on the waterfalls, which are a few pages ahead, so it won't compete. So that is an option for there, and it fits perfectly. It's already cut, so I'm gonna say, let's use the letter side though. Let's do that. It's already cut. It's perfect size. I was talking about lettering, and these are letters. It's meant to be. Sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. Perfect fit. That page is essentially done. We have all these pockets over, these little flaps over here we gotta do. So let's look at, I don't necessarily want another image. Snakes. How about books? Or should we go with, let's show you what I got here. I got books, text, clocks, looks like a collage, nice muted. This is the other side of the letters. I like this one. Let's use this one. And green, this one, the Daily Prophet, this I'm not, let's try that maybe. So, and then there was a smaller piece that I had, that was this. Let's try those. Ooh. Things be flying. I have this one too. I have two of these. One's a little bigger. Not necessarily by much, but this one's vertical. And this one's horizontal. So if we're going to do a big flap, then I want this one. So does that look right there? Or should I do the inside flap? Let's do the inside flap with this. So it's already cut at the 7.5 because when I'm cutting my paper, I cut it by the page length if it makes sense. 7.5 by 3.5. No, we're doing the inside. Looks good to me. Have happens when we do so many pages at one time. When we get into decorating them, they're a bit much. Line that up with the outside. Come on. It's not wanting to line up for me. Okay. So 7.5 by 3.5. I mean, this side, I think I like either one of these. Let's do this side. And if you think that things are too busy, you can always just go to a parchment or a coffee dyed paper. Now he's dead. Okay, here's that one. And then we got this long one, which I'm just going to go ahead and use the same paper for. Nobody will ever know. Just 3.5. Ooh, he's a little bit bigger than 3.5. He is like 3 5/8. Why? No, he's 3.5. Did I just cut it wrong? I think I cut it wrong, which doesn't surprise me. Not that much. Okay, that's better. He was like 3 5/8, so it's kind of hard to get the ruler in there. And the other ruler is supposed to go like all the way to the inch line, or like all the way butt up against, but it doesn't. And then this one has like 3/4 of an inch, so just need to get a small regular ruler. I don't need to get one. I have them. I have plenty of them. Okay, I'm gonna snuggle him up here. Much better. And then these guys, they're all going to be the same, so that makes it easy. They are 3 1/4-ish by 4.5. So I think I'm going to take this side for the inside flaps. I don't really want that. Okay, no, change my mind. I think we'll just do all of them with this paper. The first thing I'm going to do is cut off this. I don't really like that strip because I never use it, but it's there, so. And then I'm going to cut off that. And then I'm going to use my 4.5, 3 3/4, 3 1/4. There we go. That looks good. one's good. Alright, 4.5, wonderful. 3.25. 3.25. Okay. We got all these pieces and then some bits over here. And we'll just ink all these up and then glue them down. And we'll have just a couple more pages to go. It is getting nasty outside. This one up here. Sorry, you can't see that all the way. This one is a little more interesting. I'm going to put it on the outside. Here. Well, maybe here. I'll put it here. There we go. Choo-choo. Alright, there's those pages done. They're getting kind of thick. That's good, that's good. We like thick. Okay, let's do the light. Let's do book pages here. So pull out some booky pages. We always have these like regular ones that I'm gonna pull out and put kind of like, hey, these can be used for anything. But this is what I call a book page. Obviously this one. The Daily Profit thing. Has the Daily Profit on both sides, but I think we'll maybe use him too. Him. Got that one. I used that one on the previous page. I'll throw him in there. And maybe that one and this one. Okay, that should be enough to make these couple pages. Okay, so on this guy, let's go ahead and use that, the image of what I would consider to be the Gryffindor common room. Here. So it's 7.5, which the page is 8, so we're just going to take a little bit off the top and bottom to keep it like proportional. And this page is 5 1/8, I think. It's 5 1/4. Why did I measure that? Okay. So I'm going to cut it at 5 1/4 first, so a little bit under 5 1/4. We got that cool raven there. I'm going to put him off to the side. I'm going to check the width. The width is good. And then I'm going to make it 7.5. So since it's 8, I'm going to take 3/8 off both sides, top and bottom. And we we left that one plain so we could display an image, and that is a great image to display. Looks like the Gryffindor common room, and then you got a little nod to the Mirror of Erised in there. So here we go. And the 8 by 8 pad is really good for these images. I think the 12 by 12 images are just a bit too big, like in your face big. So here we go. Line that up on the back, on the outside. Lovely. So that page is done, yay. And then I have this little strip here, and I just feel like I should use this strip because I already have it. Let's go ahead and do that. So this is what, a 1-inch strip, 1 1/4 by, this page is 5 3/4. Check them out. Perfect. Once you start cutting into the paper, you'll end up with scraps, and you can do all sorts of things with them. And this page is a warm color as opposed to like a green, cooler color, especially in this collection. So that works perfect. And this is 5 3/4 again by, we're gonna tuck under the pocket. So we will, let's go 6 1/2. And let's do, this because I think it goes good with that. 5 3/4 by 6 1/2. That's good. To eat that bottom edge because it's going to tuck down underneath. And then this flap, the back side is 5 1/4 by 5 3/4. And I think I'll use the big books on that one. Yep, I like that. Of course, we could have used the text on the back too, but I kind of like the bookshelf. And then again, this is 5 1/4. And I think we'll use this again. 5 1/4 by 4. I like that. I like this. I like that book page collage. I think before my next video, I am going to go grab my little tray because I got a mess going on here with all these cut parts. Okay, 5 1/4 by, we'll do a 2. We're gonna tuck it out of the pocket, so I don't think I have a 2-inch. I could use that one, but I just don't care for that pattern, even though it's just that much. And I don't think I have any other big. I have this guy. It matches the bottom. I can do that. We'll just do that one. Now we don't have to cut up a new piece of paper yet. Oh, it does have a cat on the back of it though. I missed that. It's okay. We should have another one, a smaller size, if we haven't already used it. We'll just go with this. Okay. Alright. So we got some tuck spots here, and again we can come back and do more tuck spots, but you cast a spell on me. I like him. I'll use him. I'm not opposed. He'll be too big. They're kind of very similar in color, so we'll do this one for now. We may change our mind. We may put black around it so it stands out a little bit more. We may mat it on black. And then I kind of like want to put this guy down in the corner there. I think I will. I didn't cut him out very good, but I mean, it's kind of distressed. So I'm going to use glue, and I'm just going to do like the bottom 2/3 of it. Let him stick out there. And then this guy here, we're going to have to get, we'll make a booklet. So he's going to be, he's 5 1/4, so we're going to cut 10 and 10, a 10-inch by 10 by 5. So it'll be a 5 by 5 book. Okay. We're going to score at 5 inches. And I'll make him go in that way. And I'm gonna go ahead and deco punch the sides, but I'm not gonna mat the cover yet, because I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a full mat or parchment paper, or not parchment paper, I've been using coffee dye paper. And then we have some tabs to put on while we're finishing this up too. Alright, so we got a few more pages to go. Okay, so the next one I have, I think we'll do, my stuff is all stuck. I think we'll do, like, there's like a time clock theme. And I got this nice big layout, but I don't necessarily, the only big other layout that I have is the, like the front building, or possibly the Hogwarts page. Like, I have this, but it's, I guess I could use that one. That one, it's got the green tones in it, and like I was gonna do like the warmer tones again. I have, let's see here. There's another one. Oh, I could do this one. We can do some of the matte. Let's do that. Maybe some of the matte. We are going through the paper. That's good. That's good. That's a good sign. And okay, so we'll do like the time turner-ish thing. And I had these cut aparts pulled out for, you know, cutting apart, but I'm kind of thinking I have enough cut aparts, and I'm gonna need some more pattern paper. So I'm gonna add this back into the stash so that we don't run too short. Okay, so I think on this layout, let's go ahead and put, let's put, how about we put these 2 pages, we'll do like this map. So I'm gonna cut 7.5, and then this one is 4.5, and this one is 5, 5 and 8. So we'll do 7.5. 4.5. And I'm happy I get to use the rat. Okay, and then I'm gonna cut this one a little bit long because I don't trust my measuring, basically. And then we can cut it down. And so I cut it at 5 1/4, and yeah, it looks like I need to cut off 3/8 of an inch. So my measuring was actually right. Okay. And then on this page, let's do, is it centimeters? 5 inches. So let's do, we can do the back of this page. 5 inches. And this one has some text on it, so that's pretty neat. I think they go together okay. I have decided not to do sushi because it is kind of raining and gross out. Maybe a bagel and cream cheese night. Yeah. Actually, I may change my mind about this one. Let me see. And this. it doesn't go better. I was thinking it went better, but okay, we'll stick with this one. Okay. These big ones are pretty easy. Nova is ready for her walk. She is panting in the background, so sorry if you hear that. We will do that for her shortly. She technically has like an hour before she needs to go, but she had to wait till it started raining. If I was reading more, I've not been reading a bunch. If I was reading more, I may even keep it for myself, but I have not been reading a bunch, so I'll give this to somebody who can enjoy it. Okay, so now on this page, let's do the time turner, and we can do 7.5. And it was 5.5. Wait, better check that. That one was 5. Good, and then I got that one, and then we'll take an intermission. Oh, did I cut that? I cut it too long. Dang it. This is why we do dry fits. And I didn't do it. I have to go get my... Oh! That's not good. We can fix it. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. Can we fix it without getting tape on our cutter? Probably not. Okay, dry fit. It happens, guys. What can I say? A piece of my hair is stuck in the tape. Whoever gets this will have some DNA. No problem. We fixed it right up. On this side, let's measure better. 7.5 by 4.5. And that was the back of the book page, or the book collage page. It doesn't have the warm tone, but as I add the distress to it, it should be okay. Would probably go better with the greens, but that's okay. Ooh, it's really coming down out there. It is 32 degrees and raining. Good news is that we can probably just walk around the neighborhood because there won't be any other dogs out. Nova is reactive to other dogs, so I try to take her places where other dogs aren't. Okay, go on to this page, and this one is 7.5 by 5 3/4, and I'll use this page. I'm gonna have to cut like a little bit off the bottom there because of the two flaps kind of took away from the height a little bit there. I think we kind of transitioned into the greener tones because this one has a lot of green tones in it too, so it's okay. We can deal with that. I'm gonna have to get my UnDu. I keep wanting to call it Goo Gone. It's not Goo Gone. Okay, we got two that I need here. That's 4.5 by 5.5. Guess we can use. Let's see here. That's not very. It's very green. They're very directional. So I can use this one for one of them. Seems bigger than 5.5, but it's not. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do. I want the. If I have another full black page. He's not big enough. Let's see if I have any more of those. This one. Okay. 5.5. 4.5. There's some cool cut aparts on the bottom of this, but I'm telling you, we got enough cut aparts. They're all over the place. It's really exciting to me when I'm actually like coming close to the end of the paper. I'm not yet, but I mean, I think I will be. I think we'll be doing good on this one. We got plenty for this. What's this one? It is 3 by 5. And then the smaller pieces, we can make cool stuff too. And some books I leave a lot of white space in, or black space, depending on how you want to look at it. And then some books I want to fill with the pattern paper. And this one is full of pattern paper. So it's 5 by 5.5, a little over a half. I think I'm going to use the black paper again. I'm going to have to take a little bit off of that. Just a smidge. By the way, on my Amazon store, I listed below, I have a CutterPillar, and I think it's listed below, but this is a cut from the CutterPillar. I love my CutterPillar. It is amazing. Maybe one day I'll do an essentials video. Essential tools. Works. There we go, and then we're going to do the back side of that. And it doesn't really matter what we use. How about I use this part here? 5. 5.5. Cut that really warm red tone off of that. It has the same images on it practically. And don't put it upside down. There we go. There's a page. And then we can put a little book in there. That's 5 by 5.5. So I have, this one's already cut. Whoops. I'll just score it. This one happens to be 6 inches. So we'll score it at 3. the other thing that we can do once we get everything decorated is use our scraps for matting. Put him in there too. You won't be able to see him though, which I will show you how to do that. How about this one? Let's mat him so that he sticks out a little better. He does have like a postcard on the back, but here. I think that's where I'll put them there to the left. And if you wanted to, you could always leave it open and make it another tuck spot. Alrighty. There's that page. Now we got one page left. Nova is asleep, so let's go ahead and finish her up before we go for our walk. I do have this warm background that so let's see if we can do like a library page one again. We can use this and this one if he fits, and we'll use that. Snakes, we can use that one. We got these two, and then we got some black still. Just gonna go through it again, make sure I didn't miss anything. Did I already use that? I kinda wanna use that. We got that I can use. Whoops. That side, we want that side. I still haven't used the entranceway, I think. I want to use this for something. I don't think we have to use that big piece on this one. And then these are the ones that I just pulled back out with the cut parts on it. Then I don't need cut parts. Okay. So let's do these tall pages first, because I seem to be running low on height that goes the right way, and he's not big enough for that. And this is actually this paper is actually meant to go that way, but you can't tell that much. And then we have this ledger we can use. I changed my mind. I'm going to pull this one back out. And we'll use it here at least. So we have 7.5 by 5. The good thing about this pattern is it can go whatever way. 7.5 by 5. Oh, he's not 7.5. I remember I cut him at 7. one more 7x5. And then 3. Seven by, I think they're 4.5. 7x4. Is this a 7x4? I really like to use that. It is a 7x4. Okay, I'm using this one. Take a little bit more off of it. Yay, I get to use this. I've been wanting to use it. Sometimes you have to make the flaps or whatever pockets just to use what you want to use. Like if I have something that's a certain size, sometimes you have to make the pocket to match. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 7x4s that I need, and one 7x5. This is going to, okay, 7x5. I'm going to use this for library paper. I like the back of it, but I think we have used that one quite a bit, so unfortunately I don't think I used the 8-inch one on that side. I used the 12-inch one, and I could have, I think, hindsight, I would have switched them around, but that's okay. And then with this here, I may put some kind of book. Oh, he's cute. I think I'll put him there and make him a tuck spot. So when you make him a tuck spot, you just glue on 3 sides. Or 2 sides, I'm sorry. You can do 3 sides, but 2 sides is sufficient. And then I'm gonna find some things to tuck in there. Oh, this one. He's too big for that though. I don't really want something that has. Oh, that one's neat. I should have used that one as the tuck spot and used that one as the other thing. Alright, I'm trying to find a piece of scrap paper here. Okay. Too big. Oh, maybe. Yeah, we can do it that way. So on this one, I'm going to put it on the bottom because I'm going to open it this way. I'm going to score it. And then cut the rest off. Stick it behind there. Now we have a tuck spot, and I'm kind of thinking I want to put this owl there too. He's a big guy. I may move the book if it's too hard to close. My sponge is going everywhere. Should be alright. Okay, I need 7 more 7x4s. 7 by 4. Okay. I'll use that for the back. Now I've got to try and find one for the front. I think I'm going to have to do some shorter pages or a lot of pockets to use to get good utilization out of the rest of the paper. I'm not sweating it yet, you guys. We got this. And this is why I set my cover and back aside when I start. I may cut them down here after a while so that we have, you know, the, we can utilize them, but, or the parts that we're not going to use for the cover. Okay, so I have 3 7x4s that I need, and we are officially halfway through. So, and the major issue is that they're going horizontally, or vertically rather. So I will be able to get them out of a 12x12. And the only 12 by 12s I have. I can use that one. I think I'll use this one because it is not so green. And I haven't used it that much. Oh, I still have to do this one, which that one will only do the front, I think. Or I could just do coffee dyed paper, but I do have plenty. That's what I could have done on the back of these. Didn't think about it until right now. These are already cut, so. And I can go back also and find little strips for each one of these here. No biggie. They're just 1/2-inch strips. This one, I think I'm going to leave him out and I'll just do the owl. Okay, so there's that one. I kind of like it. Kind of love it. All right, let's see what we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they are 4-ish by 4.5. So I'm sure I have plenty that goes in that direction, but do I have them that are, oh, this is a good one. Okay, so 4.5. Let's cut it at 4 first because I hope I did that right. Yes. 4.5. 4.5. I'm only gonna get 2. 4 by 4.5. 4 by 4.5. 2, 3, 4, 5. I need more. I can use this. Two more. That's fun. This one probably better. I'm just using up the bits here. And one more. I can use this guy, or I'll use one of these. I'll use this guy. Okay, just distress all of those, and then put all these big guys back in the paper pile so we can use them. And we still have plenty vertical or horizontal ones. And then I'm looking for some strips that we can use for like this. So I'm gonna mess with that here a bit, but we'll go ahead. We're nearly done. I'm going to put everything together. I'm gonna put this one on top because I only have one of them. I like that this one has white writing on it. I think that's pretty neat. The other thing that we could have done for the waterfall is tried to don't remember what I was going to say. Nope, I have no idea what I was going to say. Oh, the other thing that we could have done for the waterfall is try to find the cut-aparts that may have fit on each one of the things. There's that one. Skip one, put this one. I think we'll put him on the bottom. Because he matches that. And then this one. Just put that in the middle there. I could put it on this side because it does match that. Let's use this side. What the hey? So it doesn't match the background paper. Okay, so there we go. We are officially halfway through. And we still have to go back and do some things. I think I'm going to add a strip here or something because my pages keep getting stuck. And I don't like that. I'm not sure. Maybe add a horizontal strip there and there. And then I have to add another tab here. So we got some stuff to do there. But yeah, we're looking good. We're looking good. We're going to make a lot of pockets and stuff for the back because I am running out of 7.5-inch paper, but not a big deal. And we'll cut the covers in the back so that we have plenty of some more paper to deal with, you know, because I can cut it down the size. So yeah, this is ASC Supplies design team project. So head on over to ASC Supplies on Etsy or asccraftsupplies.com. Use Scrapping Posh 10 for 10% off your normal price purchase, and come on back and see me next week for another round of this. And we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.